Hi, it's Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. Thanks for joining me here on my Hope for Retail project. Every day I've taken a brand in a brick and mortar store and shared a story of how I purchased it. And the goal is to bring hope to the industry of brick and mortar retailers. And today is going to be my final one. I may do a wrap up tomorrow, but today is my final retailer because, frankly, to come up with 21 retailers is a lot of work. And last is not the least by any means. Today, I'm talking about Pedego electric bikes. And about 30 years ago, one of my very first clients was a little hotel in Newport Beach, California. And this guy came by talking about electric bikes, and his name was Don Costanzo, and he was co-founder of this company and talked about this new product. And at the time, I was like, well, yeah, I don't see how we're going to be able to afford that when we just want to have regular old bikes. Fast forward about 4 years ago, I'm actually vacationing in Newport Beach, and I go to a bike store to see about renting a bike. And I start to get on the bike, and I said, yeah, back where I live in New York, we have a lot of steep hills, and just the joy of having a bike is kind of gone from me. He goes, hold on. He goes, you should get a Pedego. And I was like, oh, I've heard that name. And he tells another guy, he goes, cover the store for me. And he says, let's get on one and I'll show you. So we get one, and he goes out, we get on the boardwalk, and he shows me how it all works and everything. He goes, it'll bring the joy of biking back to you. And I was like, okay. So I had a really good time on it. And he goes, you should really get one of these, especially if you live where there's a lot of hills. You don't have to worry about it. And that's the number one reason why e-bikes have grown so much, is because people realize that, when you reach 60, it's not as enjoyable to think, gee, am I going to be able to get home? So the reason I am sharing that story is ultimately I ended up buying that product from them and getting all the accoutrements and safety things that go along with it. But it all came about from an individual seeing the opportunity to give me what I really wanted, which was that sense of freedom. If I was a bike retailer, I think the just understanding that everyone remembers that first day when you were able to ride a bike on your own, that sense of freedom is what we are all trying to get back to. And even though bikes are really exploding right now, right? So a lot of people are going out biking because they can't do things they normally would have. That sense of freedom is what they're selling. And I encourage all of you who think about a brick and mortar store, who are working in a brick and mortar store, to understand that there is something that you sell that can give people a feeling as well. And ultimately, if you greet them with that hope and that expectation that you're giving them a gift, that they're going to be able to do what they want with this product, then ultimately you understand that I've got to give people a feeling that they matter, because people they feel that matter buy more. And that's certainly what I got from this bike, certainly what I still get when I ride it. And ultimately, it's what I think they are able to provide for an awful lot of people. So I hope that all of you who are watching this and have been part of the Hope for Retail project realize that brick and mortar is far from dead. Yes, there's a lot of things going on. There's frankly been too many places to buy too much of the same thing. We are definitely culling the herd, and a lot of companies that are in trouble now. You know what? They were in trouble before we had COVID-19, but they are restructuring in Chapter 11 and will be back stronger, as long as you remember that your goal is to connect with another person's heart in an open way, and then you can help people find what they want, not necessarily what they need. That's the secret, right? So you can do the same thing. Pick a retailer or brand that you like. Make sure that you share the story and add hope for retail. And ultimately, all of you who have been watching this, I hope that if you're working a brick and mortar store, you realize that there's a lot of power in your hands to change the world and change the people working and shopping in retail by the attitude you have about doing that. So let's bring hope back. Let's make sure people know they matter. And let's make sure that we realize that no sale is final until somebody's satisfied. I'm Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. Thanks for joining me on this project, and I look forward to hearing your success stories as well. Bye.